Hey friends, we are continuing to work on our beaded spine art journal, and which involves recycling some big wall calendars and some old planners that I had in my stash. I'm really excited about this, y'all, because I was kind of playing in my my little art journal this morning. This is the one where I did the Jennibellie juicy edges, and I just kind of love this little journal. But then I realized these things were laying side by side, and I thought, oh man, look at that. These kind of old journals. Now let me tell you what this is. This is not an old journal. This is an old calendar. You know how you can buy these calendars at the dollar store? Well, that's what this is. It is an old calendar that I revamped into an art journal. So that's what it looks like now. I just put so you can see the remnants of the actual calendar. So if you have some of these calendars laying around that you did not use for this year, or if you just have some laying around, they make the absolute perfect insert to go in this beaded spine art journal. So I thought, yay, because I was thinking of what am I going to do because I'm out of calendars, you know, how am I going to prepare my signatures for the journal that I'm building with you guys? And this is a great idea. So it's, you know, odd how things just kind of fall in your lap sometimes. I was really happy about that, though. We are going to put on our cover. We have our little book constructed, and if you've missed part one, then I'll put an iCard up here, and you can revisit part one. This is the inside of our cereal box journal. So we're going to work on the outside, and I have decided for my cover, I want to put a couple of these. This, it depends on the size paper the size of your box, y'all. This box just happened to be like 7 and almost 3/4 at the top. And then the length was 11 1/4. So 7 3/4 at the top, 11 1/4 for me for this box. You'll just have to decide, you know, your own dimensions, and of course the way you do that is just take a ruler and measure this way, and then measure that way. All right, so I think that this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to let this be my cover. I really do like that. There's something about it that's very clean. And I like clean in my designs. And then I have a couple of options. I have a few of these papers. This is the paper that came off of the original 12 by 12. And, you know, I might use that for the back of my book. Kind of like that. But I could also use this. And I do like that. But then I'm thinking, you know, that's the back of the book. So it needs to be something simple. I like things like this for imagery. So I think I just want to keep this to go on the front of a book or a card or whatever. So we're ready to go ahead and glue these pieces down. I'm using glue simply because when I'm doing something big like this, a lot of times, if I use double stick tape, I just can't get it stuck down the first time. And double stick tape is, and you better have it, straight the first time, because there's probably not going to be a next time, and then you're going to have to rip things up. So I think Eileen's tacky glue works great for this little project here. I like using Eileen's tacky glue on cereal box board. Seems to work really great. Kind of spread it around here. put it back in its little handy dandy folder thing. And we'll put this on the front like that. All right, that looks quite nice. Smooth it down a little bit. And then I'm going to put this kind of like an insert, you know, on the front. Like I said, you can take this basic box and paint on it, or you can make like you can take packing paper and scrunch it up and make like a scrunch cover for it, which also works. You can take an image that you really like and use that as a focal point for it. Anything works. Uh-oh. It's really dark in here, y'all. I did not get to do this today, so I'm doing it tonight. So excuse my not being able to line things up exactly right. All right, there we go. There's the cover. And let's do the back. I was so tickled to find out that dollar store calendars are going to work in here. So I can envision my last book has 6 signatures, and I think I have 2 or 3 calendars left over from the 2017 season. I may have to go to the dollar store and get some more, like 2018 calendars. Or probably not. You know how I am. I'll just go upstairs and find something. Find something that will work. Alright, remember that your seams right here, you have to be cautious of. You have to make sure that nothing is lapping over this spine part here. Okay, and there we go. Sometimes, y'all, you do have to kind of trim this off a little bit, which is cool. Might need to do that. So don't let it freak you out or alarm you if you just have to trim a little bit off. Right, now we're going to work on the inside of our book. Again, I'm working with paper that is about 7 3/4, and then I'm working with 7 3/4, about 11 1/4. I think these books would make great gifts. You know, they are very pretty decorative items. I've had my beaded spine art journal sitting on my boyfriend's grandma's upright piano, and it just looks really pretty, especially when the sun hits it, you know, because the cover of that one is very sparkly, and it just makes it just looks so pretty. Very interesting. I always think books are interesting decor items. It's hard for me to walk into a house and see a book and not want to pick it up and look at it. And okay, did you see what happened here? This paper has butted up against the seam too close. This is when the glue works great. Glue works a whole lot better than double stick tape. If you're super good with double stick tape, then use that. That looks pretty good. Alright, now let's put this one on, make sure, yep. Yes, that's gonna work. Okay. Oh wow, that's pretty too, isn't it? Yeah, I'm working with the yellow. We will stick with the yellow. Don't get sidetracked, Tammy. Alright. this right side up. Put this down. Be sure that your book's going to work properly. All right, guys, there we go. So we've got the front completed and the inside cover, and the back, I need to put that one strip on the back. And while we're working with that, I'll show you what to do with this spine too. You can always just paint this. And I've worked with books like this where I've just painted that, and it works just fine. But you know, I have some paper left over here, so I'm just going to piece some paper over that. Hey, I got a really good report from my friend Adrienne. You know, I told you she was touring in her house on Marathon. She was just very uncertain about her house and her kitty cat. They found her cat, and his name is Yoda. And she said that one of her neighbors found Yoda, and Yoda was eating. I'm so happy about that. And her vintage Martin guitar did not get water damage, so she was super happy about that. All right, I'm going to take some paper and cover this. Doesn't really matter what kind of paper you use. I've got some, you know, that I've got left over here, so I'm going to kind of eyeball that and cut it. Again, you can't butt it too close to that seam right there, or your book won't close. So that's why I didn't like actually measure it. Just kind of winging this right here. Don't want to get it too close. So yes, you can see some of the cereal box under there. I love seeing the recycled element. I think it is so cool to, I think it lends a lot of personality to a piece. When you can actually see what someone started with and then what they ended up with. Okay, that looks very nice. You're not going to see this very much anyway, because this is where, of course, your beads will go. For your beaded spine. Alright, we got that. Now, do the spine check. Make sure that it's gonna work just fine. See, you do see a little bit of the box right there, right? So you see the box on each side. If you're really meticulous about things, then you can paint that, or you can take a marker or whatever to cover that up. I'm not so fussed about stuff like that. Okay, and we need to get this one done. I'm just kind of taking my fingernail and just figuring it out from there. Also, I want to tell you guys I sold out of journals again this week. So I'm making some more. Oh gosh, I'm so grateful. Just really appreciative of everybody who is choosing to host my journals. I love, some of them live in Australia, some of them live in Hong Kong. It's so much fun to think about that. My journals travel more than I do. Alright, let's just make sure that, do a spine check. That is good. That is good. Alright guys, there we go. We have the outside of our book all finished up. And this is the back of the book. This is the outside where the beads will go. And we have our inside all done. Tomorrow I will show you how to do signatures. And if you've had experience doing signatures before, for a long time I did not know what a signature was. So let me show you what a signature is, just in case you don't know. A signature is the part of the book. Hold on a second. There we go. That is a signature. It's basically the division of the book. So this book has 6 signatures. This is the first one. This is the second signature. This is the third signature. And you can see even how pretty the spine looks on this book because I used the glittery paper. I don't have any more. Oh well. And there's another signature. And there we go. This is the last one. So that is a signature, and I'll show you how to do your signatures tomorrow. And thanks again for watching, and I hope that your own little journal is coming along swimmingly. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks a whole bunch. Bye.